Judge Mendoza's gavel strikes with finality. Motion granted. The court allows Miss Reed more time to review the medical records. My stomach drops. The 5th delay in 8 months since Dad died. I grip the table, knuckles white, as my mother leans to her attorney. She's a corporate tax lawyer master at manipulation, whispering something that draws smirks. My pulse pounds. Sweat forms despite the Denver chill. Breath shortens in my chest. Your Honor, my mother rises with fake worry. We request extra time for Mr. Reed's files. Inconsistencies in treatment may affect assets. Dad's legacy reduced $85,000, saved modest Aurora house he rebuilt post-divorce, antique wooden box from his family line. All of David Reed, who reclaimed his life after the split. This is the 5th request, my lawyer objects. Amber Reed provided full records twice. The judge nods, moving on. Decided beforehand. They took everything in the divorce 14 years ago. Why this now flash to 15? Kitchen dead, tearful, mom's affair ongoing months. Younger colleague, fresh start, over 17 years and 2 daughters. My lawyer squeezes my hand. Don't let them see you crack. I scan Judge Mendoza, tilt toward my mother, dismiss our side. More than courtesy. I stand before, stopped. Your Honor, records provided twice. Dad's doctor confirmed no issues. Room silences. Mother's expression tightens. My daughter's emotional, she condescends. Hard on us all. Us. No visits during his chemo radiation hospice. Judge Mendoza pinches nose. Frustration noted, Ms. Reed, but thorough review needed. Your mother has points. Each ruling chips Dad's wishes. Home savings heirloom. Document irregularities, my lawyer whispers. Appeal building. Appeals cost what I lack. Public defender pay covers little. My phone buzzes. Unknown Virginia code. Is this Amber Reed? Firm voice. Yes, Lorraine Kane. Knew your father. Heard the case. Parts hidden that explain this fight. What parts? Meet tomorrow. Private. Alone. Maybe the break. Dad deserved justice. My mother and sister demanded everything in court. The judge, a longtime ally of hers, mocked my case and called me a fool. I muttered 2 words. They both went pale. The entire room fell silent. If you've dealt with family turning on you like this, smash that like button, subscribe for more intense stories, and share your own drama in the comments. After the hearing, Carla Baxter, my lawyer and old law school friend, walks with me to my car in the courthouse garage. Our footsteps echo off concrete as we navigate between parked vehicles. This procedure feels off. Amber. She checks her phone. Judge Mendoza's rulings consistently stray from standard probate guidelines. I've reached out to colleagues who appear before him often. What did they say? I unlock my 10-year-old Honda, tossing my briefcase onto the passenger seat. He doesn't typically rule this way. Your case stands out. My phone vibrates again, but I ignore it, focusing on her words. Something deeper is at play here beyond normal delays. I lean against the car door. It's like every motion favors my mother, no matter the evidence. Carla nods, her expression serious. Exactly. Let's dig into his past connections with her firm. As I drive home to my small apartment in downtown Denver, the frustration builds. Dad never deserved this erosion of his final choices. He fought quietly after the divorce, rebuilding in that Aurora house, working part-time at the local library to make ends meet. While my mother climbed the corporate ladder, made partner, bought a Mountain View condo in the Rockies. She never badmouthed him to me, but her eyes revealed the pain. He's still your father, she'd say, though. The tone carried unspoken resentment. No, he wasn't to her anymore, not after the affair that shattered everything. I remember the day clearly at 15, standing in our old kitchen as Dad explained through quiet sobs that Mom had been seeing Charles Donovan from her office for months. An ambitious associate promising a glamorous life free from family ties. She left us with barely enough to start over, claiming most assets through clever legal maneuvers. Dad adapted, shelving books, earning modest pay but thriving in his way. My sister aligned with Mom, seeing her success as the future, while I stayed close to Dad, valuing his resilience. Now they're contesting his will, questioning his mental state during treatment, despite clear medical confirmation. Pulling into my parking spot, I exhale deeply. This fight drains me, but giving up, means letting them rewrite his story. Carla's right, we need to uncover why Mendoza seems so biased. His quick approvals of their delays, the dismissive glances at our objections, it all points to favoritism. Perhaps their shared history in legal circles or something more. Mom's firm handles high-profile tax cases, maybe including his personal matters. That would explain the pattern. Tomorrow's meeting with that caller might shed light. For now, I review the case files under my dim lamp, determined to push forward. Dad's voice echoes in my mind. Fight for what's right, Amber. Promise me. The delays continue, but my resolve hardens. They're counting on me, folding under pressure. They don't know how much I've learned from Dad's quiet strength. The next morning, sunlight streams through the cafe windows, casting patterns on the worn table. I arrive early, scanning patrons unsure what to expect from someone claiming Dad's secrets. Lorraine Kane enters right at noon, mid-50s, with silver-streaked hair in a neat bun and sharp gray eyes that scan everything. She heads straight to my table, offering a firm handshake. Amber Reed. Not a question. You knew my father. Also not a question. She sits, orders plain coffee, waits for privacy. Her hands stay still, no extra movements. Your father handled USAF signals intelligence late 90s, she says. Voice low yet clear. On Operation Shadow Veil, not the library tale your mother pushed post-divorce. My cup pauses mid-lift. Impossible. Dad did office tasks before college. That served as cover. David excelled at codes patterns. Top analyst. Lorraine's gaze softens briefly. He kept silent due to agreements. Later, because of events. What events? The words pull from deep. Your mother and Harlan Mendoza worked as young JAG advisors on that project, reviewing monitoring rules. Her jaw sets. They stretched oversight past legal bounds. Used data for leverage influence. Unofficially, of course. My gut twists. Meaning your mother leveraged those ties to tilt the divorce against David. Judge Mendoza got assigned through back channels, and now your probate. The cafe buzz fades as connections form, the divorce leaving Dad with scraps despite Mom's affair. Current case rulings all siding with her against precedent. Others suffered too, Lorraine adds. A community organizer whose end got labeled mishap. David suspected but lacked proof. My hands shake. I set down the cup. Overwhelming. I know. She pulls a small notebook from her bag, slides it over. Read later. But Shadow Veil was the code phrase. Check your father's box. Could hold confirmation. Reality shifts. Dad's calm through the divorce, not defeat but safeguard. He never challenged Mom's stories about his past. Accepted unfair terms because he knew their capabilities. What they did together. Was Dad pressured to stay quiet all those years? The question escapes. Lorraine's look confirms before words. Not cash. Safety. Yours especially. Fragments return Dad's vague cautions about influential networks built to shield themselves. I brushed off as post-divorce bitterness, now they ring true. Hold on. Think like a defender, not just daughter. Evidence over stories. No offense. None taken. Wise. Lorraine approves with a nod. My thoughts pivot, reassessing through this lens. Not mere inheritance scrap. About burying truths. That's why Mom pushes so hard for Dad's items. Not value, but revelations. The wooden box, I whisper. Dad willed it specifically. Vowed I'd protect it. Lorraine's eyes narrow with focus. Back at Carla's office later, I pace as she searches databases. Your mother filed a motion yesterday about the box contents. She turns her screen. Claims emotional tie, but wording odd. Fixated on that box. Not money. The insight solidifies. Fear. Carla agrees slowly. Her practice and status crumble if this surfaces. Abusing classified info for gain, rigging court picks, career killer. And Mendoza's bench at risk from Shadow Veil exposure, I add, seeing the scope. They'll twist the system to guard it. Carla shuts her laptop, face stern. These people risk everything, Amber. Dangerous. We don't grasp fully what the box hides that scares them. This knowledge weighs heavy. My basic probate morphed into complex peril. Yet for the first time since Dad's passing, purpose clarifies. I'm freeing my schedule. Carla states, catching me off guard. This transcends inheritance. Justice for your father may be others. Lorraine's card rests between us. She can decode finds, intelligence angle, and you spoke of Derek Holt. Carla questions. Retired major. Lorraine says he'd back if evidence emerges. Handled admin on Shadow Vale, saw documents pass. Carla jots names linking them. Legal skill, intel view, military testimony. Mapping this web, another thought strikes. Dad set this network pre-death, I murmur. Lorraine reached too swiftly after case start. He planned contingencies. My throat catches. He anticipated their grab when gone. Carla grips my hand across the desk. Then ensure his setup pays off. I nod, Dad's plea ringing. Don't let them claim this too, Amber. Promise. I promise. Too quiet for her to catch. That night unfolds steadily. With Justin Reed, my cousin, who drove from the suburbs, we examine the intricate mountain carvings on Dad's wooden box in the Aurora house. He recalls Dad's tales about it from family gatherings. The message in his old card, always seek below the peaks where real strength lies. Poetic back then. My fingernail snags a slight seam where wood joins imperfectly. Justin presses the peak carving. We hear a faint click. Unbelievable, I breathe to the room. A concealed drawer emerges at the base. Heart races as I extract a faded envelope. Black and white photos tumble out. 2 young figures in uniforms pose near monitoring gear. I spot my mother instantly, her stance distinct, even decades younger. Next to her, Harlan Mendoza, now Judge Mendoza, arms slung casually around shoulders. Behind photos rests a bound journal, Dad's precise script covering pages. I scan entries across years. June 12, 1996, oversaw Senator Harlan's niece today pressuring his vote on the Security Act. This violates bounds. August 4th, Alex Thompson planned to expose. Labeled mishap when his vehicle veered off last night. Logs show otherwise. December 18th, Shannon earned promotion 3 weeks. Post-Harlan operation success. Pattern clear. Fingers quiver linking timelines. Each of Mom's career leaps aligns with questionable actions noted in Dad's records. Undeniable sequence, each advance trailing weeks after dubious tasks. He tracked all. Names, timelines, sites. Detailed from one who valued proof. You equip me, I tell his photo on the shelf. For the first time since his loss, I sense his guidance, not absence. I call Carla. Found evidence matching Lorraine's account. How strong she engages lawyer mode. Photos journal, dates align precisely. I stroke the cover. They monitored a senator's relative to sway legislation, and activist Alex Thompson perished suspiciously after threat. Line silent, then next steps. Conversation with my mother time. Morning after the offices of Reed Donovan and Associates fill the 15th floor of a Lodo tower. Glass walls frame Denver's skyline like acquired art. Her assistant blocks me. Miss Reed, appointment required. She'll make time. I bypass her desk. Mom looks up from her screen, irritation flashing as I enter. Amber prepping a client session. Brief. I shut the door ajar deliberately. Witnesses close yet discreet. I place one photo on her desk. Only one. Rests safe at Carla's. She glances down, face straining color. Hand trembles faintly on the glass surface. Discovered Dad's journal and shots from Operation Shadow Vale. I stayed observing. Her eyes widen at the name, verifying recognition. Where from voice lacks command, Dad preserved logs, photos, accounts of you and Judge Mendoza's actions. I lean in. Not about $85,000, Mom. Hiding this. She rises, looming as in childhood. You meddle with unknowns, classified security matters. Alex Thompson's mishap, security too. Her jaw clenches. Struck nerve. Withdraw by Friday. I demand retrieving the photo or seek Mendoza's removal with these public. Mistake, she whispers, low threat. Know yours. Friday. Mom. Exiting, her gaze bores into me. Assistant watches curiously. In the elevator, I release breath, hands shaking from surge. Upper hand finally in this struggle. Evening, Carla replays the pocket phone recording. Solid stance, she smiles. We gather in her apartment, delivery boxes scattered on the table. Lorraine examines Dad's journal, nodding at points. Dates match my recall. Harlan monitoring. Alex incident. She indicates a line. Clearance changes exactly as noted. My phone alerts text from Derek Holt, the retired major Lorraine linked yesterday. Evidence reviewed. Aligns with my observations there. Testify if called. Another supporter I share displaying the note. Possibly more, Carla adds. Megan from clerks mentioned case handling oddities. Affidavit ready. I lean back on the sofa, shift overwhelming. Months powerless against mom's pull. Now proof backers advantage. Dad ensured tools to counter. I finger the journal's edge. He foresaw this moment. Lorraine tops her glass. Push total now or await move. Question lingers. Friday nears. Mom yields or intensifies. Revealed one photo. She senses more unaware extent. Observe her action first. Carla affirms. Strategic. Let her step next. I seal the journal, Dad's pages, his enduring stand. Battle escalates, stakes higher ahead. Monday morning arrives swiftly. The courtroom doors close behind me as I leave Judge Mendoza's chambers, clutching legal papers tight. They pushed an emergency motion, I tell Carla, waiting in the hall. My mother's side claims Dad's box may hold sensitive data tied to security concerns. Carla's brows rise. Bold escalation. Shannon stood solemn, discussing duty to safeguard information. I mimic her tone. If court allows open access to possible restricted files, we risk compromising protocols unintentionally. We exit into Denver's crisp afternoon light, blinding briefly after dim interior. Classic delay strategy, seen in disclosure disputes. She scans the documents, aiming to intimidate with potential charges for holding such materials. Charges for Dad's bequest to me, pressure play. They sense the box threatens. Carla points to a clause. Research links this tactic to 3 prior cases from former analysts. Stall scare, then private settlement with strict gag orders. Options I watch leave swirl on courthouse lawn. Parallel paths. Advance probate while filing ethics complaint on Mendoza's links to your mother's practice. Risky. If they ramp up, they already are. Carla holds my eyes. Fight or concede. Afternoon at the public defender office, my boss Ethan Pierce stops by my desk. His visit looms like pressure in our tight space. Amber, about your recent court time, tone signals no casual talk. I close ethics research tab. Sure. Missed 2 arraignments this week. Colleague covered your domestic case yesterday. Cheeks heat. Aware. Personal issues. Team shoulders, extra load for your state matter. His gaze lands on probate stack. Family counts, but clients here rely on presence. Working evenings to catch up, I point to eye bags. Nothing slipped. Keep it so. Skepticism lingers. Post-departure, head in hands. Battle costs, sap savings. Calculated last night, 2 months till broke unless extra work or drop case. Phone rings, Carla. Urgent call now. Step to building courtyard, clouds gray matching mood. What now? Your mother's team filed more. Demand surrender all box-related items to court. Wall support needed. Can't miss more work. Boss warned today. More, Carla says. Spot same car outside office 3 days. Fatigue deepens. Anonymous call morning. Urge drop before too far. Unfamiliar voice, then click. Reported vague warning. Pebble kick on pavement. Car broken into last night. Files rummaged, nothing stolen. Police deemed random. Amber, Carla turns grave. Intimidation because scared. Proves big find. Rain dots ground. Worth risking career fund safety for Dad's vindication. Evening file sort in apartment when phone rings. Megan Delgado, the court clerk. I connected with early defender year. Amber shouldn't share this, she whispers. But Judge Mendoza met your mother privately last week. No lawyers. Off docket. Pulse quickens. Sure saw them use his side entrance, delivering files nearby. Megan, critical for us. Ex parte breaches ethics badly. Not first irregularity with Mendoza. Others note ruling patterns favoring firms like your mother's. Notepad grab. Megan vital. More she adds. Overheard his aide and your mother's helper. Her firm manages Mendoza's taxes years running. Pieces fit. Conflict plain. Must go Megan cuts. Careful Amber. Beyond your father's estate. Patterns in at least 5 cases this year. After hang, I sit still, absorbing. Extends past personal grudge against dad. Indicates broader judicial misuse hitting those without means to challenge. Call Carla right away. Meet person, not phone. Hour later in her office, blinds drawn. Swept for devices, caution justified by events. Megan verified Mendoza's private meets with my mother, and her firm does his taxes. Carla nods. Explains ruling trends I found. Larger than thought. Not just dad anymore, I state determination replacing doubt. Everyone hurt by this setup. Next 2 hours strategy build. Pursue probate prep detailed complaint with Megan's info. Ethics breaches leverage without full shadow veil reveal yet. Act fast, Carla warns. Mother's rush for box suggests time-sensitive proof. Agreed, move key items to safe deposit. Copies with reliable contacts if issues arise. Rain hits windows as plans finalize. Path risky but chance real now. They're desperate, I tell Carla, heading out. Means we're gaining. Derek Holt's message confirms his support, corroborating the journal entries through his admin role. A week passes tense. My inbox pings late night an email from my sister Crystal Reed, sharp and cold. Back off Amber or regret it. Words hit like ice, no warmth from childhood days when we'd share secrets. I forward it to Carla, her reply, instant. Keep it. Evidence. Exhaustion spikes but sleep stays distant. My mind racing over their next move. Driving to work, my old Honda feels exposed. A gray sedan lingers in rear view too long. Same car 3 days straight near my apartment and office. Not coincidence. At the public defender office, Ethan Pierce, my supervisor, corners me by files, his tone clipped. Amber, your absences stack up. Colleagues covered 2 hearings last week alone. Face burns. I know personal case took time. Extra nights kept all current. I gesture to desk stacks. Clients need you here. He presses eyes on probate folders. Reputation hangs on showing up. Weight grows heavier. Funds dwindle. Fight draining savings calculated. Last night broken weeks without side work. Carla calls urgent meet at her downtown space, blinds drawn for caution after recent shadows. Crystal's email and that sedan aren't random. She says, voice low, they know you're close. Megan Delgado, our court clerk, ally, phones hushed. I caught Mendoza signing off on your mother's motions without review, unusual even for him. Pulse jumps Megan anymore. Her firm handles his personal accounts, confirmed by staff chatter could sway rulings. Ethics violation clear, I jot fast. Carla adds my contact traced 4 cases with similar Mendoza patterns, all tied to your mother's clients. Bigger than dad's fight now. Justice for others caught in their net. Strategy shifts. We draft complaint against Mendoza for conflicts, citing Megan's findings and past rulings. No classified details yet. Keep shadow veil back. Lorraine preps context. Brief safe for court links their history without leaks. Derek Holt texts ready to affirm journal entries from his project days if called. Strengthens our stand. Carla warns haste needed, their motions push fast, box seizure time sensitive. I nod, secured originals and bank vault copies split with trusted friends if trouble hits. Evening email from Crystal escalates. Drop now or lose more than case. No signature, just threat. Forwarded to Carla, who flags for affidavit. Ethan pulls me aside again. Amber, one more missed hearing risks review. Pressure tightens chest but clarity emerges. They fear exposure. That's why tales and warnings. Carla leaks tip to Denver Post about judicial bias. Motion scrutiny builds. Lorraine checks, are they aligned? Not quite. Carla says, Shannon wants quiet. Mendoza pushes public defense, splitting them. Night falls. I review complaint draft, each line a step toward truth. Their fear fuels me. They misjudged Dad's legacy in me. Morning dawns sharp. Courtroom hums, attorneys huddle, awaiting Judge Fletcher's call. I sit with Carla, spine straight against bench, eyes locked on doors. My pulse steady, no trace of past jitters, ready for this pivot. My mother enters, with Donovan's stride faltering under her suit. My sister Crystal follows, face-drawn, eyes darting. She catches my gaze, flinches at my resolve. What's her angle? I hear Crystal hiss to Donovan at their table. Bailiff signals order. Judge Lydia Fletcher strides in 50s, silver hair glasses precise. Her thorough reputation fits today. Motions pending, she states, sifting papers, including respondents' late filing. Donovan stands. Your honor given. Miss Reed's recusal motion, sensitive claims we seek, sealed proceedings. Security concerns, murmurs stir onlookers. Judge Fletcher scans documents, unhurried brows lifting slightly. My mother twists her watch, childhood tick surfacing. She leans to Donovan, whispering fast. He nods, tense. Miss Baxter, proceed with recusal. Argument. Judge Fletcher directs. Carla rises, voice even. Thank you, Your Honor. This motion targets ethical breaches tainting case integrity. Donovan cuts in, Your Honor. These claims touch sensitive security, unfit for open forum. Judge Fletcher peers over glasses, detail counselor without classified. What triggers security? Carla meets my eyes. Your Honor, we hold proof of improper talks between Miss Reed and Judge Mendoza outside protocol, swaying rulings. My mother scribbles, note to Donovan, sweat gleams in cool air. Further, Carla presents folder evidence, shows Judge Mendoza handled Ms. Reed's tax matters 3 years during this case, undisclosed conflict. Judge Fletcher's lips tighten, scanning pages, concern, etching deeper. My mother grips table, hands pale. Court proceeds, unsealed, recusal heard. Judge Fletcher rules. Donovan seal, denied call. Judge Mendoza. Officer departs, minutes stretch, attorneys watch keen. Mendoza enters, air heavy, face ashen, sits by bench. On recusal motion for Reed estate, Judge Fletcher begins. Mendoza coughs, no conflict warrants my exit. I rise, chair grinds, shadow veil, I say, soft. Words land like weights. Silence spreads, every gaze on me. My mother lurches up, panic raw before schooling, face crystal, gasps, hand clutching throat. Mendoza stiffens, knuckles tight on chair. Your Honor, I face Judge Fletcher. My father recorded all before death, signals intelligence, not clerk, as my mother stated. Donovan objects, Miss Reed out of line. I press on, Your Honor, ready for ethics committee, but Judge Mendoza grasps these documents. Derek Holt stands, rear suit, crisp bearing, firm, Your Honor. Major Derek Holt, retired Shadow Vale veteran, I confirm Miss Reed's records. Room stills, attorney sense shift beyond probate. We seek no security breach, only justice for my father blocked by influence. Mendoza stares down long, then speaks. Court grants recusal. I withdraw from Reed estate matters, reassigned to Judge Lydia Fletcher. Clark blinks, fingers halt on keys. My mother sinks. Crystal's eyes widen, lost. Your Honor, Donovan requests recess to review new stance. Judge Fletcher nods, 30 minutes. Crowd exits, my mother nears, in aisle, voice low. You can't know what you stir. Amber. I hold her stare. I do. Drop case, retract Dad's competence claims, or this goes wide. She seeks the child, craving her nod, finds Dad's strength instead. Error, she whispers, weak. Know yours. Mom, Dad planned this. Power tilts, first time she steps back. Donovan later files dismissal before Judge Fletcher, who eyes case log, skeptical, multiple prior errors she notes. With dismissal and will review estate follows. David Reed's wishes. Relief floods, 8 months defending Dad's honor done. Judge Fletcher adds Mendoza fully recused from Reed cases. Outside reporter approaches Miss Reed, word on case. Oddity, misconduct, hints classified, none I say even. This upheld my father's intent. Megan passes files, heavy, well done. Amber, she murmurs. Reported prior flaws. Wrong. Carla squeezes arm at elevator. Total victory. I nod, my mother's statement soon out. I withdraw, claims my former husband lacked will capacity. Door shut. Tears spill. Not pain, but release. Dad's legacy house, savings box, journals, photos, safe as he meant. Days later, calm settles in. I stand in Dad's Aurora house, fingers gliding over the wooden box's carved lid, its secrets now my shield. Inside lies evidence that toppled my mother, journals, photos linking her and Mendoza to shadow veils, misuse proof of their hidden ties that should have barred his role. We did it, Dad, I whisper to the quiet room. His legacy endures, house savings box, his truth intact as he wished. Weeks pass and a letter arrives on new firm letterhead addressed to Shannon, not from her. I smooth it on my kitchen counter, eyes tracing internal review initiated for Shannon Reed's cases, professional conduct concerns, pending. Colorado Bar Association probes her ethics, likely stripping her license, ending her client roster. Whispers from her office confirm Crystal lost her assistant role tied to the fallout and no firm takes her now. Their collapse feels real, no longer looming shadows but broken players in a game they rigged. I block their numbers, cut all ties, no final meeting, no softened words, their betrayal too deep for bridges. Dad's honor demanded this end. At my desk, a new photo sits, Dad in Air Force gear, young eyes bright, not the funeral shot, but one Lorraine shared, vibrant with purpose. His journal rests nearby, key excerpts copied for ethics filings, redacted to guard classified lines. I mentor new defenders, now stressing document all preparation wins. My voice carries steady in courtrooms, challenging flawed rulings with precision, no hesitation, where doubt once lingered. Judge Carter tries rushing a shaky warrant, I cite precedents, demand review, calm and firm. The David Reed Integrity Fund launches with $35,000 from the inheritance, aiding those facing judicial bias, 3 cases exposed already through its grants. Next year, we plan workshops at Denver University's Law School on ethical practice. Today, I set fresh flowers by Dad's grave, autumn breeze stirring leaves as I share fund updates, case progress, plans for lectures. You showed me power lies in holding truth for the right moment, I say, adjusting blooms on his stone. His silence protected me, his records empowered me when time came. Resolve strengthens as I leave when lifting my scarf. Justice isn't always loud, sometimes it's knowing when truth strikes hardest. Back at the house, I arranged Dad's books on shelves, his watercolors on walls, blue vase catching afternoon light. The box sits central, no longer hiding secrets, but holding his medals, commendations, mementos of a life beyond my father, before her shadow. Months blur, I stand taller in court. Ethan nods approval at my sharper filings. Shannon passes me once in courthouse halls, her client list thin. My confidence grows, our words brief, civil, no warmth. Rage cooled to certainty, truth won. Washington Bar invites me to speak spring conference on judicial oversight. I title it Precision in Justice When Evidence Prevails. Dad would nod at the wording. A young client visits my office, story. Familiar judge tied to counsel, odd rulings, delays without cause. I pull a legal pad, start from the start. I say, we'll build the pattern. I guide her on ethics filings, document requests, methodical steps over emotion. Justice takes patience, I note, hearing Dad's wisdom in my voice. The fun grows, 2 more cases surface this month. At Dad's grave again, I update him, leaves falling softer now. Your fight lives on, I say, truth not buried. I walk away, scarf tight against chill, free from their shadow, carrying his light forward.